Big whitetail bucks, what most hunters in America are dreaming about every day of deer season. Vaughn Ramsey, one of our pro staff members, is headed to the Midwest, the mecca of big buck whitetail hunting. He's going to be hunting in Kentucky and in Kansas, two states that are producing some giant whitetails, and Vaughn is no stranger to killing some big bucks. The rut's on, let's get after them.
The Savage Outdoors is brought to you by Savage Arms, the definition of accuracy. And Field and Stream, where traditions begin.
Great show this week on Savage Outdoors. We got Vaughn Ramsey, pro staffer. He's in the Midwest. We're doing a little late season hunting and rut hunting in Kansas with the bow. He's going to be late season hunting in Western Kentucky with riverbend whitetails. I tell you, they got a little snow. It's cold. The deer are on the food. Let's see if you can't get it done.
Back in Kentucky, it's late season. It's December the 13th. Actually, it's Friday the 13th. Getting my loads ready for tomorrow. Tracy and I are going to be going after deer here at Riverbend Whitetails in Kentucky with the old Savage muzzleloader. And as you can see, I'm using this smokeless powder. It's close to rifle as you can get when it comes to calling it a muzzleloader. Awesome gun. There's about 2 to 3 inches of snow on the ground. Deer are coming to the food. So we're going to be hunting food sources all week. Tracy and I are ready to get it done here in Kentucky.
We're excited about being here. It's cold. Temperature's supposed to be dropping. The front's moving in tomorrow. It's supposed to be down in the 20s tonight. Deer should be on their feet this evening. We're hunting a turnip patch. Got some wild game innovation products out. Should be good.
Well, this time of year, it's all about strategy, and the strategy is food. When you get cold weather and snow like this, the deer are locked up on the food. You're post-rut. They're not chasing does. They're all about survival. All the deer are going to be on their feet in these extreme conditions on the food. Find the food source, find the big bucks.
Include our first evening here in Kentucky. It's getting cold. I bet the temperature's dropped about 10 degrees since Tracy and I got in the stand. We've seen a few deer this evening. Had one small buck come out of the turnip patch. Seen 6 or 7 deer down in the woods behind us. Food source, food source, food source. That's what we're going to focus on this week.
The Savage Outdoors is brought to you by Field and Stream, where traditions begin. Hunter Safety System. Conquest Scents. Thermacell. Fusion Ammunition. Tough, accurate, lethal. Real Tree. Nature Blind. Bad Boy Buggies. True Glow. Whack-'em Broadheads. Spy Point, the world's best and most innovative trail and action cameras. Nikon Sport Optics. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Pete Shoe Dryer. And 10-Point Crossbows. The Savage Outdoors is brought to you by Campbell Cameras. Order your camera today and start enjoying the sport of filming hunts. Evolved Harvests Canola Crush. Grow more groceries per acre. FlexTone Echo Series electronic game calls. Get them close this season. Crossbreed holsters. Carry conceal. Carry comfortably. Carry the cross. And Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
Well, this is our third day here in Kentucky with Riverbend Whitetails. Tracy, Nick, and I pulled some cards today out of cameras. Found 2 shooter bucks using this. There's a 5-finger funnel right here. This is actually called Nick's stand. We had to come in and hang. Actually, Tracy carried the cameraman stand in with us, and we hung the double set. It should be a good evening right here. We got 2 target deer using this funnel, so it's a good opportunity. Snow on the ground still, but it's a chance it's going to warm up in the next few days, so we need to get her done. It's a good chance. It's going to be a good evening.
Well, Vaughn and his guy, they hit out, they check in spy point cameras. And this is why it is so critical to have good cameras out. They pull cards, and they've got 2 shooter bucks at this location coming in pretty regular in the daylight. They're gonna get a stand hung and try to get on these deer. These trail cams, especially when you only have a couple days when you're popping in and out like we are traveling all over the country, can be the difference in killing a buck and not killing a buck. He pulls a card, he's got some bucks coming in. I think his odds are pretty good.
Oh, come on. Tracy, right there's a buck coming off the hill right there. He's going across the road. You on him? Okay. He's right behind some stuff. Okay. I think he knows something's up. Talk to me. You on him? Right there.
Hey, welcome back to Savage Outdoors. It's almost time for those turkeys to start gobbling, and you got to get your gear ready. When you're out buying calls for this season and getting ready for turkey season, check out FlexTone Game Calls. They've come out with some of the best calls and easy to use calls, which are great for me. The Thunder series of calls, they've basically made them, easy for close and mid-range calling, so you can stay quiet or get a little bit louder if you need to and be able to control that sound, which is important. The Thunder series from FlexTone. And then of course their diaphragm calls, easy to use. I love calling on my FlexTone diaphragms. One of my favorites is the Mob Boss. Get ready for turkey season, FlexTone Game Calls. Let's get back to Savage Outdoors.
Tracy, right there's a buck coming off the hill right there. You on him? He's going across the road. You on him? Okay. He's right behind some stuff. Okay. I think he knows something's up. Talk to me. You on him? Right there. I think he just went down. That's the deer they call Goofy. That's a big old deer, just an old deer. It's going downhill. Short main beam, short tines. Yeah. Thank you, dear Lord. Yes, sir. All right. Third day here in Kentucky with riverbed whitetails. I'll be honest with you, I was getting worried because the temperatures are supposed to warm up. It'd been cold, it'd been snow on the ground. Next few days, the temperature's supposed to warm up, and I was getting concerned because our main focus here was food, food, food. Thank you, Lord. Well, everything looked good. It's been about 30 minutes since we shot. We're gonna gather our stuff, climb down to this tree, see if we can't find some blood. I feel good about the shot.
Man, I tell you, after they checked those cameras, knew those bucks were coming in, the first time he sits in the stand, here comes one of those bucks. He makes a great shot. It's time to go track this deer.
There's blood. Blood. There's my deer, baby. Right there. See his rack sticking up? Yes, sir. Check that blood, man. Look at this blood. Look at this blood. Well, third day here in Kentucky with riverbed whitetails. Tracy and I finally got it done. I tell you what, cameras played a big part in me killing this deer. We checked some cameras today. We had two shooter bucks in this 5-point draw. This is what they call the Nick stand, and I'm looking at a giant rub right there. This is a great place.
Now we're gonna head back, kind of back up in time a little bit. We're going to K&K Outfitters in Kansas. Vaughn's got his bow, the rut's on, and I'm talking about they got some big bucks. Let's go.
Coming up the edge of the field, rubs and scrapes. Over here about 40 yards from the tree, there's a rub the size of my upper leg. Giant bucks here. Kendall and Keaton Kelso, man, they have a passion for what they do here. Finding these big Midwestern whitetails is hard sometimes, but they have the wealth of knowledge. Now that they brought Cody on their team, he's Kendall's son. He's bringing some energy. So you haven't seen what they're going to do here in Kansas. Giant bucks. Giant buck sign. Bucks are cruising like crazy. Hey Tracy, there's a buck right here, on the other side of the cedars. It's a buck. It's a good buck. It's a 3-year-old. He's gonna circle around. Man, it's on like Donkey Kong, as I would say. Tracy, right here in the scrape in front of us. Dude, that's a 145-inch 10-pointer. Dude, that's a good deer.
I get asked all the time, what trail cams are you using and why? The answer is Spy Point cameras, and there's lots of reasons why. High quality pictures, great video mode, pictures are always dead center. I always know what deer's in the picture. It's not off of one side or the other side. Batteries last a long time, up to 15,000 pictures on a set of batteries. Spy Point cameras, check them out.
That's a 140-inch deer. No. It's a 3-year-old. It's a 3-year-old. That was a good, oh, what a beautiful 10-pointer. But I promise you, he was just 3 years old. I promise you. I promise you, he was just 3. Oh, Lord. That was a good deer. What an encounter. What a beautiful buck. Folks, we have been in the tree here less than an hour, and we videoed 8 bucks. 8 different bucks. It's on. It's on.
Well, Vaughn does the right thing here. This is a tough decision. This is a beautiful buck walking right under the stand, 10, 15 yards tops. But it's a 3-year-old, and it's gonna be one of those giants. And if you don't let those bucks go, you don't get a chance to see their true potential. I know the guys at K&K are probably thanking Vaughn for passing this buck, because he will be one of their giant bucks, there's no doubt about it. But still probably pretty tough to watch that deer walk away.
Right there. That's a shooter. That's the big buck. That's the big buck right there. Come on, baby. That's the big buck right there. That's not the one we just seen. Right here. Is that the one we just seen? There's 2 in there, like, man, that ain't him. Right there. That's the big buck right there. That's the big buck right there. Yeah, baby, he's here.
Great show this week. Vaughn Ramsey, big whitetail hunter, and doing what he loves. He's in the Midwest, Western Kentucky with Riverbend Whitetails, and then K&K Outfitters in Kansas. Riverbend, he was hunting late season when the snow was on, it was cold, had his muzzleloader, gets a big buck after checking some Spy Point cameras, and was able to switch up his stand location, kills him the first time he sits there. Comes together perfect. K&K Outfitters, we backed up a little bit in the rut, the prime of the rut. I mean, these bucks are chasing does like crazy, and Vaughn sees a great 3-year-old the first time out, right underneath the stand, does the right thing and passes him. Gonna be one of their giant bucks without a doubt. Then he sees this one mature deer, probably a 6-year-old, and hunts him hard for 6 days. Vaughn just gets it in his head. That's his buck. He wasn't going to let it go and wasn't able to get him. That's whitetail hunting. That's how it goes sometimes. But the guys at K&K, they've got some big bucks. If you want a great hunt at either location, Western Kentucky or in Kansas, give Riverbend Whitetails a call or give K&K Outfitters a call. They both do a great job. Vaughn and Chris have hunted with them multiple times, and they'll be back next year. I know they will. They love hunting these big bucks, and you gotta hunt where big bucks live in order to kill big bucks. Thanks for watching Savage Outdoors. We'll see you next week.
This segment of Savage Outdoors is brought to you by Evolved Harvest Premium Forage Seed. This is not your row crop seed bought at a co-op. This forage seed doesn't die once it's nipped. Evolved Harvest continues to grow all season long, producing more groceries per acre and ultimately more deer on your land to hunt. The Savage Outdoors is brought to you by Savage Arms, the definition of accuracy. Nikon Sport Optics. Field and Stream, where traditions begin. Hunter Safety System. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Otis Technologies. Fusion Ammunition. Tough, accurate, lethal. Pete Shoe Dryer. Bad Boy Buggies. Nature Blind. Field and Stream, where traditions begin. Can Cooker. Spy Point, the world's best and most innovative trail and action cameras. Conquest Sense. Thermacell. Whack-'em Broadheads. And 10-point crossbows.
Hunting's good for us.